C'est un autre verbe qui est dit prononcé de la même manière, mais c'est L-E-A-V-E. Ça signifie, it means partir. To live, vivre, is a regular verb, which means that you have to add D at the end for the past, lived. You just have to add D. For to leave, quitter, it is an irregular verb which changes totally. It becomes, for the past, left. Okay? Left. Your body lives, votre corps grandit, vit, sorry, and grows. To grow also is an irregular verb. To grow, grew, with I instead of O. E à la place du O, au passé. To grow, c'est grandir. Your body lives and grows thanks to. What is the meaning of thanks to? Thanks to? Do you have an idea? I succeeded thanks to.
Grâce
Thanks
à.
to. Yes, thanks to in French, c'est grâce à. Grâce à in French. But what about English? What
Because
about
of.
English?
Because of قالتها.
Yes. Because of or with the help of. Avec l'aide de ou grâce à. With the help of. For example, yes, due to. This is correct also. In this example, for example, in this slide, you can say, your body lives and grows thanks to. Your body lives and grows with the help of chemical reactions. Okay?
Madam. Also, by dint of.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat, please?
By dint of.
I couldn't hear. Biden?
By dint of. Can you understand?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you properly. Can you write it in your the messages? Can you write it by message? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the first time I hear your voice. Is it the first time I hear your voice?
Excuse me, madam.
Actually, it's nice hearing. Is it the first time I hear your voice? Are you used to answering my questions and sharing ideas with us?
Yeah, that's madam.
Okay, it is nice hearing you, yes, sir. It is nice hearing you, yes, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, I could. You're welcome. I could see. Sorry, give me a minute, please. Give me a minute. Okay, you write. Okay. I could see that that you wrote to me by dint of.
Yes.
Huh? By
Yes.
dint of.
What's
Okay, you can say thank you very much.
Welcome, madam.
Yes, by dint of, because of, by force of, for example, I succeeded in my last exams. I succeeded by dint of hard work. I succeeded because of my hard work. I succeeded, yes, by dint of hard work. I succeed. I can give you. I can show you this example. I can write to you this example. By dint of, thank you very much. By means of, yes, the means, c'est les moyens. By means, chemical means, c'est des moyens chimiques. By means of, okay. On account of, yes, okay. I succeeded. I succeeded by dint of, because of, thanks to my efforts or my hard work. My hard work. Thank you very much, Yasser. A double C double E double C double E double C succeed. Sorry, double C double E succeeded. Yes, I succeeded by dint of my hard work. I succeeded thanks to my hard work. I succeeded because of my hard work. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. I'm gonna write your name.
You are welcome,
Yes,
Mad.
sir. Okay. Yes, you understood the meaning of thanks to. In this case, our bodies, nos corps, our bodies live and grow thanks to chemical reactions, because of chemical reactions, by dint of chemical reactions, because of chemical reactions. What is the opposite of thanks to? What is the opposite of thanks to? Thanks to, did I write that thanks to it was because of? Yes, with the help of. The opposite is no thanks to. No thanks to. Which means it is not with your help, it is not with the help, it is not because of something. For example, it is the example I gave to my students from section C. He feels better, no thanks to you. For example, a person who did not help, a person maybe that hurts even, doesn't help, a person who doesn't help, a person that can hurt, you can, despite the fact that you did not help, Iman, okay? Despite the fact that you did not help, without your help, not because of you, okay? He feels better now, he feels better now, il se sent mieux, he feels better now, no thanks to you, not because of you, not with your help, okay? Okay, this is for English. Let's go back to chemistry now. There are reactions, il y a des réactions, there are reactions when you take medications, quand vous prenez un médicament. When you take medications, there are chemical reactions. When you light a match, what is the meaning of a match? A match. A match.
Meaning of what?
Les allumettes.
Yes, une allumette. A match. To light a match. C'est allumer une allumette. OK? A match. M-A-T-A-C-H. M-A-T-C-H. OK? To breathe. What is the meaning of to breathe? There are reactions when you take medication. Quand vous prenez des médicaments, I told you, you can say medications or you can say drugs.
Respirer, non?
Drugs, ça peut être aussi des médicaments. Et to breathe is respirer in French. And actually, in English, we can say to breathe.
This is like
or
we say, take a
respire.
breath.
Take breath, yes, a breath. C'est prendre un souffle, a breath. But a breath is written without E. A breath s'écrit sans E à la fin, a breath. To breathe, we say take a breath, yes. To breathe or respire, we can say respire in English. To breathe or respire is to inhale and exhale air successively. Do you understand? To breathe or respire is to inhale and exhale air successively. C'est inspirer, to inhale, and exhale, expirer air. C'est inspirer et expirer l'air. Yes, I can see that you have a question. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Who has a question? I could see a hand. No?
No one.
No problem. Excuse me?
Mrs. No
Tell
one.
me if you have a question. No one.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can say medications or you can say drugs, no problem. There are reactions when you take medications. Drugs doesn't necessarily mean the illegal substances. No, it can just, you can mean by drug medications, okay? You take medications when you light a match, when you breathe. There are chemical reactions when these phenomena happen. Happen. A phenomenon, the plural is phenomena, okay? Tell me, do you have an idea about the reason, about the chemical reactions that are involved in breathing? What are the chemical reactions involved in breathing, in this phenomenon?
Oxygen flooding into our blood.
Yes. Actually, oxygen is bonded to what chemical compound? What chemical compound, yes, inside the body? What is the chemical compound responsible for breathing? The main one. The main one.
Hemoglobin.
Yeah, hemoglobin. Hemoglobin contains a chemical compound. What is it? What is it?
The dioxide. Miss, can you repeat the question, please?
Actually, I told you there is a chemical compound directly involved in the breathing phenomenon. What is it? Quel est le composé chimique directement impliqué dans la respiration?
Globule rouge. O2.
What do they contain? Actually, they contain an iron complex. Elles contiennent un complexe de fer, an iron complex. Ça contient un complexe de fer, and it is actually this iron complex that gives that special red color to the blood, to the hemoglobin and hemoglobin to the blood. C'est le complexe de fer qui donne cette couleur spécifique, particulière aux globules rouges et donc au sang. Okay? Don't forget that the chemistry that deals with the complexes, the coordination compounds or complexes, is sometimes called the chemistry of colors. La chimie de coordination qui s'intéresse. No, listen to me. The discipline that deals with the complexes is called coordination chemistry and sometimes the discipline of colors. La discipline qui traite des complexes s'appelle chimie de coordination. Parfois, elle est appelée chimie des couleurs because the complexes can have very beautiful colors. Sometimes, don't forget that I'm doing coordination chemistry. I belong to a coordination chemistry group. J'appartiens à un groupe de chimie de coordination. Sometimes I have red complexes. Sometimes my complexes are orange, black, gray, yellow, blue. I can have a lot of colors. Actually, this is a feature. C'est une caractéristique. It is a feature. Feature is written like this. Look, a feature. A feature. C'est une caractéristique. A feature. This is a feature of the complexes. The complex that is involved in breathing is an iron complex that can actually be bonded. The iron in this complex can be bonded to oxygen in order to transport it. And this iron can also be bonded to the carbon dioxide. Okay? Maybe one day I will be able to tell you more about this iron complex involved in the breathing process. Okay, these examples of chemical reactions, from everyday life, ces exemples, when we say this example or these examples, when there is something kind of far, quelque chose de plutôt loin, we say that, and we say in the plural, those. This becomes these, and that becomes those, okay? These examples, because you have more than one example, these examples of chemical reactions Ces exemples de réactions chimiques, these examples, I mean the examples I'm going to tell you about. These examples of chemical reactions from everyday life. Ces exemples de réactions chimiques de la vie de tous les jours. I told you we can say everyday life, every day, tous les jours, or we can say daily life, le quotidien. Okay? These examples of chemical reactions from everyday life are a small sampling of the hundreds of thousands of reactions you experience as you live your day. Ces exemples de réactions chimiques du quotidien sont un petit échantillonnage seulement, un petit échantillonnage, des centaines de milliers, hundreds, centaines, thousands, milliers de réactions you experience as you live your day, que vous vivez pendant votre journée. Do you remember the meaning of to experience? To experience means in French vivre, que vous vivez, que vous avez subi, que vous avez vécu, que vous avez subi ou vécu. For example, you meet your doctor, your medical doctor, and that medical doctor will ask you, did you experience any pain in your stomach? Est-ce que vous avez vécu, est-ce que vous avez ressenti des douleurs dans votre au niveau de votre estomac? Did you experience any pain in your stomach? Did you experience lately headaches? Est-ce que vous avez senti, vécu ou ressenti des maux de tête, headaches? This is the meaning of to experience. C'est vivre, c'est ressentir, c'est sentir. Okay? In this case, you live your day. When you live your day, you are living chemical reactions. You are seeing, watching, living chemical reactions, sometimes without even paying attention. Souvent, vous les voyez, vous les vivez, vous les utilisez sans faire attention. Okay? Who wants to read this slide and this one? Two students. Of course, I'm here to help you. How could you learn English if you don't try? Who wants to read?
I can
Amira?
go.
Okay, I can't recognize the voice.
Yes.
Who told me? Who said that?
Yes, madam.
Me, it was me, Maryam.
Maryam?
Yes.
Okay, Maryam, maybe you can start. Amira will read the second slide. Please go ahead.
Okay. Every time you cook or clean, it's chemistry in action. Your body lives and grows thanks to chemical reactions. There are reactions when you take medications, light a match, and breathe.
And breathe. Thank you. Maryam, what's your family name, please?
بالقايد.
Okay, thank you. Amira, please go ahead for the next slide.
Yes. This example of chemical reaction from everyday life are a small sampling of the hundreds of thousands of reaction you experience as you live your day.
Thank you. As you live your day. What about the other students? Thank you. Amira, what's your family name? Sorry.
I am from the section B.
You are from the section B. No problem. What's your family?
Kiddush Amira.
Kiddush. Kiddush. Thank you, Amira.
You're welcome.
You are all welcome. Okay, Saif and Rumaysa. Thank you, Saif and Rumaysa. Please go ahead. Saif first and Rumaysa after Saif.
Every time you cook or clean, it's chemistry action. Your body lives and grows thanks to chemical reactions. There are reactions when you take medication, light a match, and breathe.
Thank you. Rumaysa?
These examples of chemical reactions from everyday life are a small sampling of the hundreds of thousands of reactions you experience as you live your day.
Thank you. Saif, can you remind me, please, your family name? And Rumaysa too.
Sawar, miss.
Sawar?
S-O-U.
Abada Rumaysa.
S-O-U? Excuse me,
Abada
Rumaysa?
Rumaysa. Abada Rumaysa.
Abada Rumaysa. Thank you. Abada Rumeisa. Okay. Now, Melissa, Tigersha and Melissa Mesharek. Tigersha and Mesharek, please.
And me, madam.
Yes, Tigersha and Mesharek, and after that we...
So, every time you cook or clean, it's chemistry in action. Your body lives and grows thanks to chemical reaction. There are reactions when you take medication like match and breathe.
Thank you. Okay, Miss Mesharek.
This example of chemical reaction from everyday life are small sampling of the hundreds or thousands of reactions you experience as you live your day.
Thank you.
You are
What about the others?
Can I try?
Hi, sorry, madam.
Yes, of course, Lisa.
Madam?
Yes,
Can I?
Lisa and Yasser and the others after. Okay? We will read, inshallah. You will read.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
Every time you cook or clean, it's chemistry in action. Your body lives and grows thanks to chemical reactions. There are reactions when you take medication, like match and breathing.
And breathe. Be careful, we say to live. Your body lives. Alive, alive, which is a noun, means that you are watching something that is happening right now. When you watch something happening right now, you say it's alive. But to live, I live. Okay? Thank you very much. Please go ahead. You're welcome. Go ahead, Yasser.
This example of chemical reaction from everyday life are small sampling of the hundreds of thousands of reaction you experience as you live your day.
As you live your day. Thank you. We say alive, which is a noun, to live. Yes, thank you. Now about the meaning of sampling. Excuse me?
This phrase, we can say that we live chemistry in our life every day.
Yes, yes, we are actually living thanks to chemistry every day. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created chemistry everywhere. Chemistry is a very important discipline, very important science that's happening everywhere around us and inside our bodies. C'est une science très importante que Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a créée autour de nous et dans notre corps. Okay? Now, I want to explain the word sampling. Yes, the word sampling, a small sampling. What is the meaning of a sample? A sample, c'est un échantillon. Let me write it. Okay, sample, c'est un échantillon. Here is the explanation. Sampling, c'est un échantillonnage. Okay, sample, c'est un échantillon. Sampling, c'est un échantillonnage. When you take a small amount, a small quantity, a small amount, a small number, or you take a part of something, you say you are doing a sampling. Vous faites un échantillonnage. You are taking a sample. For example, you have a chemical reaction. You are conducting, vous êtes en train de faire, you are performing, you are conducting a chemical reaction. And you take from the mixture, vous prenez du mélange, from the mixture, you take a small amount to check the composition, pour vérifier la composition. That small amount you took is called a sample. La petite quantité que vous avez prise est appelée un échantillon. Okay? When you take small number, a small quantity, a small amount, you take just a part of something, we can call that a sample. You are doing a sampling. Vous faites un échantillonnage. Vous avez pris un échantillon. Did you all understand the meaning of a sample and sampling?
Yes,
Yes.
madam.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. The last slide we will study for today because I promised. The first example of chemistry around us is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. In this word, you can see the word photo, and synthesis. La synthèse in English is synthesis. Synthesis. Some people say synthesis. Photosynthesis. You have to say th in English, not synthesis. No, synthesis. Photosynthesis. What is the meaning of the word photo? Photo has something to do with, it is related to
Light.
photo
Light.
is, yes, it is related to light. Why is that? Why? Because of the photons that compose the light. The photons compose the light. That's why photo is related to light. Synthesis, c'est la synthèse. When you make something, do a synthesis. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis happens in plants. Les plantes, plants. Plants apply, applique, or plants perform, effectue, plants apply or perform a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide, le dioxyde de carbone. In English, we say carbon dioxide. In French, we say dioxyde de carbone. For example, in English, we say sodium chloride. In French, we say chlorure de sodium. C'est inversé, okay, between English and French. Plants apply or perform, applique ou effectue. To perform, c'est effectuer. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose. Actually, the plants are able to make glucose. Les plantes sont capables de faire du glucose. And oxygen. Plants are able to make oxygen, which is very important for humans. Okay, plants apply chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions. C'est l'une des plus communes réactions chimiques du quotidien. And also one of the most important, because this is how, parce que c'est comme ça, this is how plants produce food for themselves. C'est comme ça que les plantes produisent de la nourriture pour elles-mêmes, because themselves, c'est pour elles-mêmes. For myself, pour moi-même. For yourself, pour toi-même. For themselves, pour elles-mêmes. For themselves and for animals, of course, because that glucose that will be made in the plants will be eaten by the animals. Le glucose qui va être fait dans les plantes va être mangé. And animals, even humans, will eat that glucose. Maybe not as glucose, maybe as another form, peut-être pas en tant que glucose dans une autre forme, mais c'est consommer du glucose. We will take glucose, okay? And animals, and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The carbon dioxide will be converted into oxygen. This is wonderful. C'est merveilleux. The equation for the reaction is, l'équation de cette réaction, the equation for this reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light. La lumière est obligatoire dans cette réaction. Light is mandatory in this reaction. 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose and 6 moles of oxygen. Okay, who wants to read this slide? The students who did not read before and wanted to read. Who wants to read? I can see Wissam. Yes, Wissam. After Wissam, it will be Khawla, Lydia, Amira.
Manal.
And we will see, yes, please. And Manal. Okay.
And me,
okay. Yes. I told you how to start. You did not hear me. Wissam, yes. Lydia, Amira, and Manal. I think I said that. Sorry if I did not. Please go ahead. Wissam?
Plants apply a chemical
Wissam,
reaction called photosynthesis photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of
Yes.
the most common everyday chemical reaction, one of the most
Yes, go ahead, please.
convert carbon dioxide into oxygen.
Yes, carbon dioxide into oxygen. Yes. Please go ahead. The equation for the reaction is?
Six كيفاش نقول CO2
6 carbon dioxide, 6 moles of carbon dioxide. Dioxide, yes. Plus 6 moles of water.
plus 6 water plus light.
Do you have some network connection issues? Yes, I can hear you now. Give.
Plus light.
Yes.
Madam, can I read it?
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, yes, I said Lydia, Amira, and I will see after. Okay? Please, you will all read, inshallah. Lydia, Amira, please go ahead.
Photosynthesis.
Lydia?
Photosynthesis.
Yes, madam.
Yes. Yes, go ahead, please.
Plants apply a chemical...
Sorry. Lydia and Amira after. Okay? Please.
Okay. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Amira.
Can I read Mrs.?
After Amira, yes. Amira, please go ahead.
Plants apply a chemical reaction.
There is two Amira. Can I start?
There are two Amiras? Really?
Yes, two Amira. Which one?
Okay.
The one I saw in the list, I don't remember. You, not Amira. Actually,
I didn't see it before.
Choose one. Choose one.
The one who started. The one who started. I could hear your voice. Kid. I believe it's not your family name.
Okay, yes, Kiddush.
Kiddush, yes, please go ahead. I think I don't remember the other name. Sorry.
Okay.
Start, please go ahead.
Okay. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction, and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. What about the other Amira?
Plants apply
It's my turn.
photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food.
Yes, Amira, please go ahead and it will be your turn. So really sorry. Please go.
Plants apply chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light gives 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. What's your family name, Amira?
Derafa.
Derafa. Now it's the turn of, this is your turn, miss. Sorry. I'm really sorry. Please go ahead.
Me?
Yes, you said it was your turn.
Madam,
Who said it's my turn?
Me.
Who said it's mine?
Manal,
please read. Manal, yes, read, please.
Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide and plus 6 moles of water plus light gives 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Yes, the carbon dioxide and oxygen, glucose and oxygen. Thank you very much. What about the others who wants to read? We will read and stop. Okay?
Madam,
Who wants to read?
me.
Moula,
Oui.
Yes, okay. Amal, I believe it's Amal. Amal,
Oui.
we read. Samia after her, Lilia, and
Yes.
Sarah. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Melissa after Sarah. Okay. Amal, Samia, Lilia, Sarah, and Melissa. And I think we will stop here. Thank you. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Allez-y.
Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 mole of 6 mole of carbon.
Yes, 6 mole.
Carbon
dioxide.
Dioxide.
Yes.
Dioxide plus 6 mole of water plus light plus 1 mole of glucose plus 6 mole of oxygen.
Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Thanks.
Allez-y. What about the others? Thank you.
Photosynthesis. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 mole of carbon dioxide plus 6 mole of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose and 6 mole of oxygen.
Thank you. What about the others? Please go ahead.
Photosynthesis. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 mol of carbon dioxide plus 6 mol of water plus light give 1 mol of glucose plus 6 mol of oxygen.
Thank you. What about
Miss, can I
the
read?
others?
Photosynthesis. Plants
Yes. Oh, but I'll tell your friend, sorry. Yes, please go ahead. Excuse me.
Photosynthesis. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 mol of carbon dioxide plus 6 mol of water plus light give 1 mol of glucose and 6 mol of oxygen.
Thank you. The last student I asked?
Me.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose and 6 mole of oxygen.
Yeah,
Miss,
thank
can
you.
I-
Yes, sorry, miss. You want to read? Yes, read, please. Go ahead.
Miss, can I read?
Yes, please, go ahead. We're listening.
Photosynthesis. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 moles carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Did you all read? I mean, everyone who wanted to read? No?
Mrs.
Me, miss.
Can I?
Okay, it will be Khawla, Hanan,
Yes, miss.
Sumia. Please go ahead. Khawla, Hanan, and Sumia after. Okay?
Okay.
Please
Yes.
go ahead.
Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 mol of carbon dioxide plus 6 mol of water plus light give 1 mol of glucose plus 6 mol of oxygen.
Thank you, but don't forget we say photosynthesis, okay? Photosynthesis.
Okay.
Thank you. What about the others? Thank you. What about the others? Go ahead.
Mrs. Can I start?
Yes. Yes. Go ahead. Please.
Plants apply a chemical reactions called the photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose and 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I start, Miss? You're welcome.
Yes. Yes, Sumia and Hanan. Okay. Sumia, Hanan, and Sumia and Hanan after her. Please go ahead. Alice, please go ahead.
Mrs. I finished.
Tell me. Sorry, I don't. Sometimes I can't recognize the voice. Sorry.
Okay.
Who did not read? Sumia.
My turn.
Can I miss?
No.
A lot of voices. Sorry, I can't see anything. Okay. The girls. The girl who just said, "Can I read?" Please go ahead. Alice.
Can I read, Mad?
Okay,
girl.
read. No problem, because I think. Okay. Shayma wants to read. Did you read, Shayma? You did not. Okay. Yes, sir. Read, please. Sumia, it's your turn. Okay. Go ahead, Sumia. And yes, sir. We'll read after you. Go ahead, Sumia.
Okay. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 mole of carbon dioxide plus 6 mole of water plus light gave 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir, please.
My turn. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 mole of carbon dioxide plus
Yes, keep reading, please.
Madam, I want to read.
I believe your classmate has
sorry,
a
madam.
network connection problem.
Yes.
No problem. Keep
the
equation,
is
please.
6 mole of carbon dioxide plus 6 mole of water plus light This gives us 1 of glucose plus 6 of oxygen.
6 moles of oxygen. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. What about the others? Who did not read and wants to read?
Me, miss.
Can I read, madam?
Shayma, you did not read?
Yes, miss.
Shayma, you can read. Sarah, did you read?
Me, madam.
Shayma will read and Sarah will read after her. Okay? Please go ahead.
Okay.
Alice, please go ahead.
Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead, please. Sarah?
Miss, can you read?
Plants apply chemical reactions called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most important common everyday chemical reactions, and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 mole of carbon dioxide plus 6 mole of water plus light gives 1 mole of oxygen of glucose plus 6 mole of oxygen.
Thank you. Yes, Miss, you can read. Please go ahead. I'm talking to the girl who just asked me.
I can read.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reaction and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light give 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Yes, carbon dioxide and oxygen, yes, 1 mole. Thank you very much. What about the others, the last ones? I wanted to stop at 40 or 45 minutes for you, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy to see that you're still working and you have energy. Thank you. I'm very glad to see that. Khawla, you read, right? Khawla, did you read?
Can I try?
Ikram? Yes, you can, Ikram. Please go ahead.
Thank you,
Ikram
madam.
and we am after Ikram. Go ahead.
Photosynthesis. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation of the reaction is 6 moles of the carbon dioxide and 6 moles of water and plus light give 1 mole of glucose and 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. We am?
Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light gives glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. Thank you. I believe there are 2 students who want to read, the last ones, Leina and Ghania. Please go ahead. Leina and Ghania after Leina. No? Leina, you cannot read? Ghania, you can start and we will see. Maybe Leina will fix the problem. Go ahead, Ghania.
Okay. Photosynthesis. Plants apply a chemical reaction called photosynthesis to convert carbon dioxide and water into food, glucose, and oxygen. It's one of the most common everyday chemical reactions and also one of the most important because this is how plants produce food for themselves and animals and convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. The equation for the reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus 6 moles of water plus light gives 1 mole of glucose plus 6 moles of oxygen.
Thank you. Thank you. Leila, could you fix the problem? You will be the last student to read. Did you fix your problem? Okay. Listen to me, guys. Can you please write your names in the message section? And please, all the students who read have to write read. I read. Okay? For example, بالقيد مريم between brackets read. Okay? Please do it. Now I have to take the names, and there are many students, Allah يبارك. A lot of students, I cannot take pictures like I used to do. Okay? If you can do that quickly, can you please write your names and read between brackets?
Mrs.
Yes, Lisa?
Can I contact you in the mail, please?
Yes, of course. When you want to tell me something, to ask me something, whenever you need anything, you can send me emails. No problem at all. Of course you can. Of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you write your names, please?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Shirin, I just accepted the student. Shirin. Shirin? Shirin, were you here? You had a network connection problem, or you just arrived? You just joined
Yes,
us.
miss.
Shirin, you were here? Not Shirin.
No, miss.
Shirin, you were here or just arrived?
لا لا هذا وين دخلت.
Okay, no, I shouldn't have admit you because usually I don't admit the last minute. Sorry, Shirin, I can't take your name. I hope you will see the lesson again. You will study the lesson. I will send you it, of course, when we finish. And if you encounter any difficulty, let me know. Si vous rencontrez quelconque difficulté, faites-le moi savoir. Send me email, okay?
Okay.
Okay, did you all write your names? If you did, I'm gonna take the names and tell you, see you next week, inshallah. I hope you all wrote your names.
Okay, thank you, miss.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
madam.
If you write your name,
Thank you, miss.
see you next week, inshallah. Take very good care of yourself. We will learn a lot of things, inshallah, with this lesson. Believe me, you will learn a lot with this lesson, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Shirin,
Thank you,
sorry,
miss.
I can't take your.
Thank you,
welcome.
miss.
See you.
Thank you, miss.
Allah.
Miss you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you, miss. You're welcome. Take very good care of yourself.